Y'all ready to talk some Bucks? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. Ralph Phillips here. Week 5 in the books. How about them apples? Somehow, Buccaneers are still on top of the NFC South. Even though the stinking Aints and the Atlanta Falcons beat the Houston Texans. I don't know how that happened. Oh, well. Anyhow, they won. Panthers, of course, lost. And somehow we're still at the top of the division. I'm not mad. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Al, what's up, man? Mr. Bundy. MH. Ahoy, Rampage. How's it going? Everybody get to watch the game? All the games? Whew. I tell you what. There were some good ones yesterday, but then there were some bad ones too. Yeah. I do not. Apparently they do it. The division standings are based on win percentage, and we have the best win percentage. The tiebreakers. Not that it matters. We got Detroit. We got to whoop up on them. We saw Carolina just get stomped by them. Man, Carolina they're a bad team. Bad team. What's up, MK? Dylan Hall. Hell, what's up, man? Pats suck, I know. What? I was blown away by that. Al pointed out that they had some injuries going on back there in the defense, and it was like, yeah, they might lose. I didn't think they'd lose like that. It is quite plain to me that Tom Brady was 80% of Belichick's success, if not more than 80%, because they just can't do anything over there. And here lately, it's really bad. Mac Jones looked like he's regressed. Team doesn't look like they're playing hard. And then it was cute when Belichick is winning Super Bowls that he wants to be all snotty on the podium with the media, but now it's not cute anymore. I mean, you can't do that now. You better start saying something or you're going to get fired. You better start coming up with a reason why y'all getting your butts whooped so bad. Whew, I know, Al, I know you were so happy about the Cowboys getting busted, man. They look like jellyfish out there. 49ers just steamrolled them. I was thinking about you throwing that whole game. I was like, Al's going to be so happy about this. Rams should have stuck with Kupp in second half. MH, did the Rams lose? I am looking that up. Who did they play? I can't remember. That Denver Jets game. Again, about all the have-nots. It's like either one of those teams could give away that game. Yeah, I hate the NFL.com website. Every time you go there, they got to start a video on you. I don't want to see your dumb videos. Raiders are a get-well game. Oh, they played the Eagles. That's right. I was looking it up. Rams. I can barely remember that game. 23-14. Yeah. I tell you. Detroit stomped Carolina. It wasn't even as close as the final score, 42-24. That was bad. I have no idea what they see in that quarterback, why they traded up to get him. I mean, you figure they got rid of McCaffrey, who's killing it at the 49ers. And they got all these draft picks. And what? I'm not mad. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes you just got to go, what are these people thinking? They couldn't wait a year and get a decent quarterback? I don't know. Hit that like button. Okay. How'd your day, your apprenticeship go today, man? You like the people? Al Bundy says, Mac Jones is just in the wrong mindset. Don't forget how well he played in week 1. So I think Mac is just checking down too much. And their defense, I don't know, man. I don't think Belichick's style is working with these guys or something. $20 likes minimum today. Okay, doesn't make the rules. Just if you got to play, if you're gonna play the game, those are the rules. We've got the Raiders and the Packers tonight. Packers are playing at the Raiders. It's a what? Let me see. The Packers are 2-2, and the Raiders are 1-3. Man, again, there's so many crappy teams in the league this year. It seems like there's so many. I don't even know who I would pick in that game. You got to wake up at 4 a.m. I've never been an early morning person. I woke up early from basically the time I was born. My dad was an early waker-upper, and when he woke up, everybody in the house had to wake up. So I woke up early all the way until I was 23, 24, and I just never stuck with it. Never sticks with me. I had this habit at night. I can't stop thinking. So I'll just sit there at night like this, laying in bed. So now I have a philosophy that I go to bed when I'm tired and I wake up when I'm not. And it's worked out pretty good for me. It helps my mental state because I realized, man, I was for a long time, for many years, I was going on 2 hours sleep a night. And it was not good for my physical or mental state. So I'm not a morning person. Molly's different. Molly's a morning person. She wakes up, she's all happy and everything. I wake up, I'm like, it takes me like 2 hours to get going. How did the Saints win so bad yesterday? I know. That game was gifted to them. Bills are looking beatable. Yeah. Let's see. Jacksonville, but that was a London game, and Jacksonville had been over there for 2 weeks, so they had a leg up in that. I'm not going to. What's up, Lucas? You benched the Saints defense? Oh, no. I got my butt whooped in fantasy football this week. The guy I was playing he had C.J. Moore. He ended up with 45 points Thursday night. And then he had the Saints defense. I had the Patriots defense. So I just got destroyed. This is that right there. He had like 25 points from his defense. So don't feel bad, okay? We all do it. Someone said, think about it. The Panthers gave up 2024 first rounder, DJ Moore and Jalen Carter, all for Bryce Young. Oh, my God. That's right. They got rid of DJ Moore. I'm thinking just... well, they used a lot of their draft picks to move up to get Young. The draft picks they got from San Francisco. And San Francisco ended up with like 10 draft picks this year. I mean, they all started off in like the third round and everything. They had a lot of compensatory picks that they got for minority coaches leaving their team and going other places. I don't know. That's all weird to me. And like Mike McDaniels is a minority coach. I don't get that one. I guess somehow, some way. Go Bucks. Yes, sir. Rampage. when he does go into bed at 9 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and it's nothing for me to stay up till 4 or 5 a.m. Yeah, Al, that's what I think too. With the Jags and the Bills going. Dude, I could force myself to go to bed and I will lay there. I could be physically exhausted. I've tried so many things. I could be physically exhausted where I drag myself into bed and I get in there. It don't matter, man. If my brain is not in the mood to go to bed, it will not go to bed. I've tried everything: meditation, deep breathing exercises, wearing masks, white noise, everything. It's just I go to bed when my brain just says that's enough. I've had enough. Oh, you won anyhow? Okay, well, good for you. I got stomped. He had DJ Moore on his team and then had 5 players on injured reserve out on a bye. I really get aggravated unless I'm playing them. I get aggravated with guys that play fantasy football and don't at least set their team. I get so mad. We got one guy in our league that's doing that now, and I'm just like, Minority Report. You're working 6 to 2:30. That's not bad, but you got to get up at 4. Anyway, started Dak over Cousins, and you still squeaked one out. It's funny. Yeah, man, what a... I thought that game... I thought the Dallas was going to put up a little bit more of a competitive game. I was pretty sure 49ers were going to beat them, but I figured they'd play a little bit harder than they did. But it was just from the whistle to go. It was a beatdown. The 49ers were out there just having fun and dancing around and stuff. Dallas looked like they couldn't get on that plane quicker to go home, man. Yeah, 48-point difference, man. Ugh. And it wasn't even that close. It didn't look like. What happened with Hawkinson? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. They got that Laporta. Yeah. Hawkinson's still doing good in Minnesota, though, right? Ooh. I spent all day working on, not all day, but a very large part of the day working on the OBS stuff, the streaming stuff, trying to get things set up to make it nicer and everything. So here soon, we'll have some neat little features and things. Let me see. Cooper Kupp, he had a pretty good day. Anthony Richardson, yeah. He's going to be out for a while. A couple weeks. Tank Dell got concussed. Mac Jones was benched again 2 weeks in a row. Oof. Just, I don't know what's going on over there, man. Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold, or not Sam Darnold, the Redskins quarterback, are competing for the sack king. I think one of them's got 29 sacks, the other's got 28 sacks. They're both on trajectory to beat the sack record for the year. I mean, they're looking at 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 30, 16, 90. They're looking at like 110 sacks. Is that right? 5, 10, 15. Yeah. Like over 100 sacks. I mean, I doubt if they'll get that, but oof. Lucas. Creamsicle jersey. Oh, I know. The There's video today of Baker Mayfield and the guys out there in the creamsicle jerseys, man, or the creamsicle helmets, the throwback helmets. Baker was wearing the orange jersey, so it looked like he was a creamsicle. But that's what the quarterbacks wear. But yeah, man, it looks sweet. I'm excited about it, man. That's gonna be cool. And I wonder what the Lions are gonna wear. So we're gonna be wearing orange jerseys, so that means they'll probably be wearing the light colors. So that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, man, I'm excited. We got Cansey came back to practice today. Everybody came back except Mike Evans. He was there and he practiced a little bit, but he wasn't in pads and stuff. But everybody came back, man. Jamel Dean, Ryan Neal, Servacio Dennis, Kalijah Cansey. And we weren't beat up that bad to begin with. So I think Lions, not only we're going to look nice, but we're going to be nice. We are going to really beat their butts, man. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to see it. Those creamsicle jerseys too. I always hated the creamsicle jerseys. When the Buccaneers were the Buccaneers before they went to red, I hated them. And then when they went to red, I was like, oh, I hope they never bring them back. And then they did, and it was at the Green Bay game with Josh Freeman, and that was an awesome game. And it gave me a good association with the creamsicle jerseys. So now I'm like, man, I wish we could do it at least once a year. And I'm seeing the Cardinals, the Redskins, they're all wearing alternate jerseys, uniforms, and we haven't in forever. Let's bring back our alternates, man, and our throwbacks, because it seems like, I can't remember what the rules are, but now you can do an alternate and a throwback every year. We need to get on top of that. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Hawkinson did suck at blocking. Gronk was a great blocker. He wasn't necessarily devastating with his blocks, but he was just so big he would get in the way, and he had really good balance. So it was kind of hard. Sam Howard, yeah. What's up, Black Crow? It was so hard to push Gronk out of the way. He only scored 71 points. He had Nick Chubb. He hasn't looked at his fantasy team in weeks. Dang. And you got lucky playing him. Yeah, red and pewter is definitely my favorite. But I did like the all pewter. Loved that. The pewter with the white and red stripes down the side. That was. But the creamsicles are going to be cool. Jacko, we need this win. I know we get this win, we're going to be up on the NFC, probably out of reach. I mean, I hate to say that this early in the year, but I mean, we'll be up a game and a half on everybody, and 2 games really, right? So anyhow, we're up on everybody right now. So which really surprised me. I was thinking we were going to be 3rd, but then I looked and it was like, oh, the tiebreaker is win percentage. So we're at 0.75. Weird. Browns with the elf is cool too. Yeah, I like the elf stuff. I was the only person in the world that liked the Browns uniforms when they had the lettering down the side of their legs. I really liked that. Oh, you know what? Me and Molly both loved the Bengals alternate uniforms they played in a couple weeks ago. It was black and white. They looked like zebras out there. That was so cool. Yes, McDonald's colors. our all pewter jerseys look like Arby's. That's funny. Oh man, but that's what I used to call the Redskins. Clown uniforms or McDonald's. They look like Ronald McDonald out there. Let's see, we got that Devon Arcane, however you pronounce his name. He's got like a 12.5 yard per carry average. And then they got Chase Claypool. I picked him up in fantasy just in case. I mean, they got so much speed on that team. I think it's the top 5 fastest players so far in the NFL are on Miami. The Aints have an easy schedule. Oh, crap. Let me see what their schedule looks like. See South. All right. They've got week 5 of the Patriots. Oh, they got the Texans coming up next. I am so shocked that Atlanta beat the Texans. I was completely shocked. I mean, it was last minute, too. The Texans kind of screwed up there at the last couple minutes. And then they got Jacksonville. Okay, so the Saints got Texans at Texans, Jacksonville, Colts at Colts, then the Bears, then the Vikings at Minnesota, week 11 bye. Then they got the Falcons at Atlanta. Then they got the Lions, then the Panthers, then the Giants. Then they got Rams at Los Angeles, and they close it out with us. Oh, no, we're week 17, and it's at our house. And then week 18 is Falcons at New Orleans. So their schedule kind of looks like ours. Probably because we play all the same team. Thank you. Okay. Yes, that Arcane got insane speed. Insane. I mean, he was busting through the line and then outrunning all the cornerbacks and safeties, linebackers. Well, linebackers you expected, but I mean, he was just blowing past them. Etienne, he changed his pronunciation. You could do that. I did not know that. Shout out to everyone who smashed the like button. Yes. The week we play the Titans, you want to see Vita Vea go head on against Derrick Henry? Vita will win that. The immovable object against the unstoppable force. AC joint sprain for Anthony Richardson. Daniel Jones getting a neck scan today. Thielen's playing great at Carolina. He's like the only one. Adam Thielen, yeah, posts a 100-yard game, finds end zone. He got 107 yards. Yeah, he's caught like a touchdown every week, I think. He's clipped 100 yards quite a bit. Jared Goff completed 20 of 28 attempts for 236 yards and 3 touchdowns. He didn't have his top wide receiver in St. Brown and running back Gibbs. They played. Oh my God, the Panthers are so bad. Detroit goes and beats them badly without their number 1 wide receiver and running back. Oof. At tight end, Sam Laporta. We'll be able to shut him down now. Levante and Devin. Levante mainly. Oh, man, Al. Chan. Is it Chan? Not Chain. Chan. Chan. Hard A. Man. I know, I tried to get Chan, but everybody in my league was ahead of me in the waiver wire, and somebody ended up getting him. Oh, you got him for James Cook? great. That is great, man. Yeah, you got to be careful with them trade offers. I know a lot of people have done that. They put them trade offers in, and then they forget they got them in there. Weeks later, they'll accept them. They get screwed. Is Gardner Johnson playing? I have no idea. Don't think so. Let me check. I'm sweating. It was kind of chilly here today, so I wore this real thin, long sleeve. No, he's not on the practice squad. He's on the reserves. He's injured reserve. Gardner Johnson. Don't have any information. He's designated IR3. I'm not sure what that means. That's what I'm seeing anyhow. Al's probably got some better information on that. Mostert runs behind his pads too for Miami. He has good pop. Yeah, it's almost like a 1-2 punch they've got going up there. You know, they can hit you with that speed, then they can punch you in the mouth too. I really like their head coach. He's funny. He seems to be really down to earth. He's like the modern day coach, you know, real relatable to the players, but very nerdy. Oh, like the Fonz Chan. Hey, Chan. Yeah, Black Crow. Don't look like he's going to be playing. I'm not sure exactly what IR3 means. They've got IR3, IR4, IR2, and IR. And I don't know what those designations mean. It's probably when they can come back. No. Don't have to look into that. That's something new for me to look into. Get to do some research. Chan. Chan. What's up, Beast? How you feeling today about the Saints and the Falcons winning? And then the Panthers losing yesterday. Al, we were talking about a Detroit player, Gardner Johnson, C.J. Gardner Johnson, whether he was playing or not. But we got it figured out. McDaniel reminds me of Martz. Well, you mean with his game planning? His system and stuff? Al, do you know what IR... I'm seeing designations for IR4, IR3, IR2. I don't know what those are. Never run across that before. The Bucs are hunting for lions. Yes, sir. I like that. Ooh, I'm going to make that the thumbnail tomorrow. Bucs hunting for lions. Show a lion laying there like all busted up. Or maybe I'll do a progression. I'll show a Buccaneer hunting a lion. Not from what I'm seeing here, Al. Because they got two guys on IR2, one on IR3, and two on IR4. I've never noticed that before, so just wondering if anybody knew what that was, if it has any meaning. Maybe that's what IR4 means, out for the season. Dunno. Travis Kelce left with a leg injury. He don't want to get banged up for his date night with Taylor. Kelsey's got a high ankle sprain. Justin Jefferson hurt hamstring. I'm trying to catch up with today's news. Jalen Hurts hits 300 yards again. Dallas Goedert had a great day. I think he had 3 touchdowns, didn't he? He had 9 targets. He only had 1 touchdown? Could have swore he had 3. He had 117 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Good grief. Oh, I'm thinking of that Laporta. He had 3 touchdowns, right? Yeah, tomorrow we're going to watch that. What do y'all want to watch? The Detroit-Carolina game or the Houston Texans game? What was it? Texans in Atlanta. Dak Prescott puts up a stinker. Oh, my God. Christian McCaffrey posts merely good human-level production. Yeah, of course he would when I needed him to score 40 points. Puka still went off, I know. I actually thought Tutu was going to get more looks. I thought Puka would be the one hurt with Cooper Kupp coming back, but it was Tutu. They got some weird names on that team. Tutu, Puka. Yeah, I think Mike Evans will be back, Beast. I think he will. That's interesting, Rampage. I haven't thought about that, his comparison to Mike Martz. He's from the Shanahan tree, right? But he's really got his own style. That'd be interesting to look at. Yeah, the constant motion and shifts. Yeah, that's definitely a big thing with him. MK gets Cooper Kupp back and Justin Jefferson gets hurt. Man, that's tough right there. But you won, so that's all right. Eagles switching from Dallas to Swift. It's like, we'll beat you with passing, short dump passes. We'll beat you with running. We'll just beat you with whatever. Sad money doesn't come next week. Yeah, I kept Tutu out just in case. He didn't do too bad, but you can tell he's not going to be putting up big numbers. Oh, I didn't see that, Rampage. The refs told the Chiefs player to put his helmet back on instead of throwing a flag. You know, are you serious? Man. That would really upset me. Ah, goodness. How is that even legal? Did y'all see where the Redskins coach? Oh, wait. No, the Bears coach was sitting there, their offensive coordinator, and there was a guy behind him with a Redskins phone, like filming his call sheet. It's gonna be interesting what the league has to say about that. No, I didn't see that rampage. That would be Sad Monday. Okay. I wasn't sure what you're talking about. I was like, sad money? When is money ever sad, Beast? It's sad. It's sad when it leaves my hand. Sad Monday. Yeah, we'll be all right. They better say something. That's a bad look. That was a bad look. Yeah, that guy was standing right behind the Bears coach, obviously recording his call sheet. George Kittle got 3 touchdowns. Tight ends had a day yesterday. Van Der Esch hurts his neck. He's always hurt. Devontae Adams is expected to play week 5. So that's tonight. Rashee Rice sees huge target rate. Are you serious? I dropped him a week ago. 5 targets on 10 routes. Deshaun Watson's iffy for week 6. You got to be joking me. They just had a bye. That trade is going to go down as one of the worst in history, I think. Coach optimistic about Daniel Jones for week 6. Optimistic that he'll return. Not optimistic that he won't get his head ripped off by being sacked 15 times. Oh, that Emmanuel Mosley. That was so sad. He just came back. He tore his ACL last year. About this time last year, right? Yeah, week 5 last year. And then he comes back and tears his other ACL. So, might be the end of his career. Ooh, Chain dealing with knee injury. No timetable yet for Justin Jefferson. Still waiting on MRI results. This was as of 2 hours ago. Jeff Wilson at Miami. Yeah, that's what all they need is more players over there. Anthony Richardson out for at least week 6. Okay. What's for dinner tonight, guys? I do not know. Molly said she was cooking something, I think. We had chicken last night. It was good. The daughter came in. She was like, dinner's ready, and it's delicious. Yeah, that Puka was taking all the balls, man. Yeah, he was getting all of Puka's touchdowns. Yes, Beast. And Servache Dennis was back at practice, too. Mike Evans was not in pads, though. He kind of had a light practice, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It was great to hear that Kalijah Kancey was back. We've only seen him for 11 snaps this year. Rampage is getting sweet and spicy meatball sub with a pickle. I still have not gotten to Publix, guys. I haven't left the house. You think I'm joking? I haven't left the house since we talked about that. It's been like a week. I think I've been to the mailbox and took the trash out. That's as far as I've gotten. Is that for real? Oh, my gosh. Keep the likes coming. How we doing on likes, MK? How many we got? Cowboys fans want Trey Lance to start. Ooh. Yee. Aaron Jones has got a hamstring injury, so he probably won't play tonight. No, so he won't play. Okay. Dalton Kincaid, tight end, Buffalo, is in concussion protocol. Whatever happened, they had Dawson Knox. Yeah, Dawson Knox was He busted off for like 1 year over there and then kind of faded out. Cardinals add Tony Jones Jr., running back from the Saints. I guess they're looking for all the help they can get. Craving some Publix chicken. Yeah, Beast, I've got to go get the Publix Subway sandwiches. Everybody in chat has told me that's the way to go. I like the way you pronounce the letter A. So it's A. Okay. I'll never get it, Al. I'll never get it. I'm absolute garbage with pronouncing people's names. Great to see the defense back at full strength. Yeah. And I'm excited to see Kansas. I know, MH. I know. Everybody's been telling me how great they are. I'm going to make it out there, and I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video, Publix Subway review. Should I pick up the Bucs D for fantasy? I would if they're available. I wish we had a defense available in my league. I think I'm going to go with the Browns. Browns defense is available, and they've got a pretty easy schedule coming up. So, because I've got the Patriots defense, and they've crapped the bed 2 weeks in a row, and I'm done with them. Yeah, Kincaid's in concussion again. And if that's twice, I don't know. Let me see. Them Rams D. Rams D's pretty good, right? Arizona. But that's a division game. You never know how those things are going to go. Tennessee versus Baltimore. It's a tough one, Rampage. I would go with Bucs D. He's had 2 concussions in 5 games. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Trey Lance is not good from what I've seen. You've got some Vapor Mike Evans gloves, and he's got what are they like his original, like his size? Is that what the PE means? He's got huge hands. Huh. Yeah, that's like Troy Aikman's hands are just massive. You know, he's got that massive like jaw. He's got like really weird massive features on certain parts of his body. And one is his hands. If you ever look at his hands, they're just like, bleh. I met Mike Evans. Never noticed his hands though. Wasn't really paying attention. Whew. It's hot in here. Yeah, I wore this. This thing is really thin too. It's like really, really thin. I thought it'd be great for today. It's fine for the rest of the house, but in here, it's hot. These lights, got the computer and stuff. It gets hot in here. Player exclusive gloves. Okay, I bought them on eBay. That's awesome, man. I'd like to get a pair of those gloves. 3XL. Wow. I've got like small hands. I got medium-sized hands. Yeah, I think St. Brown will be back this week. So we're going to have to contend with him. Although, you know, looking at the All-22, it looked to me, the great coach and the play calling was good. I like that. But I didn't see anything there that we can't handle. Gronk has enormous hands. You know what he also has? This muscle right here, this forearm muscle, is just massively huge. It's like his bicep. It's huge. It's right here. It sticks out really funny. And you would see him when he would go, when guys would try to tackle him, he'd like stick that out and hit people with his forearm because his forearm is just massive. Jim, what's up? The new graphics? Oh, thank you. What's up, Nate? It took me a second there. I was like, graphics? Is that because we were talking about the gloves? It's like, is that a new type of glove? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of new graphics coming. Like I said earlier, I've spent a lot of today working on stuff for the stream and everything. So hopefully, I'm actually testing stuff right now, but it's like behind the scenes and you can't see it. So hopefully we'll have it sometime this week if it works out all right. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, he's got the 5XL hands. He must, man. And they got like Spider-Man hand things on it. So he can catch like anything that he touches. Nate, how you feeling about the Saints winning yesterday, Atlanta winning yesterday, and the Panthers, of course, losing yesterday? I was totally shocked at the Saints won. The way they did. Completely blown away that Atlanta won. Did not see that one coming. So I take it Atlanta's going to be weird. They're just a weird team. You know, I think when they play, when they got their A game going and not making mistakes, they're going to be tough. But as we saw in all 22, they made a crap ton of mistakes, and it was on simple stuff. So they got to get their fundamentals down. Just waiting for Tom Brady to come back in the playoffs. Nice. Al with the good premonition there. Yeah, I'd take D-Hop over Zay Flowers any day. Yes, Nate, 100% agree. 100% agree. It's funny, I was just saying that. And then you popped it up on the chat. So we were great minds think alike. We'll see, though. We'll see. They looked really bad on that all-22. But it was just, it was just mistakes, falling down, getting lost. Any progress on merchandise? Yes, it's one of the things I've been working on. So hopefully we'll have that soon. The pirate ship one is going to take a little bit longer, but we'll have some other stuff. They were playing Houston. Yeah. Well, the Houston game, we want to watch Houston because we got to play them in a couple weeks. Wait, 3 or 4 weeks. So we were thinking about maybe watching all 22 of the Houston-Atlanta game. But, the Lions and Panthers game, I don't know what we're going to see from that, but we need to watch the Lions some more. Don't know. So I'll leave it up to y'all. I saw part of that, Nate. Baker Mayfield on Pat McAfee's show last week. I saw part of it. I saw let me see. I can't remember if it was on Pat McAfee or not. But where he was talking about, he took the offensive line out to the Bahamas after final cuts. That was cool. Took him out golfing. I would too, Rampage. Watch more Lions film. Carolina, they had a lot of injuries yesterday. And you see that a lot with teams that are doing bad. Me and Molly kind of keep an eye out for it. teams that are like 0-5 like they are, players will all of a sudden get hurt, you'll start having, especially like the veterans, they'll be like, man, I am not playing all season for this crap. But I wouldn't mind watching some more Lions film. I mean, we don't have to watch the Carolina game. We could watch. Let me see what they've got, what they've had on their schedule. They've had the Chiefs, but they lost to the Seahawks. Might be good to watch that so we can see how to beat them or see how they got beat. But they beat the Chiefs week 1. Seahawks, they lost by 6 points in week 2. That was in overtime. And in the Atlanta game we watched. And then week 4, they played Green Bay Packers, and they won 34-20. That was a division game, so they were probably throwing all kinds of weird stuff out there. Oh, so they played a lot different without St. Brown, huh? How'd they do? Well, I know their tight end got a lot of looks. So were they just throwing to the tight end? So the Falcons went more passing yesterday, huh? Oh, Scotty Miller got a lot of snaps for Atlanta yesterday. Sweet. Well, if Ritter's his guy, let it be. I'll be happy about it. He's not just rough around the edges. I think he's kind of, he doesn't have a very good foundation. That Rampage, well, I don't know if he's the worst starting quarterback, but he's in the bottom 10 easy. Ritter, let me see. Who is the worst starting quarterback? Who's that everybody think is the worst starting quarterback? I mean, it's hard to, gosh, you got, oh man, I mean, Fields is playing like crap. Daniel Jones is playing. Howell, Redskins quarterback. Ugh. Gosh. And then Ritter. Oh, and then Bryce Young. Man. Yeah. So he's down there. Mac Jones. He's already been benched twice this year. Did y'all see the Denver Broncos game when, I mean, it's the last hurrah. Denver has to go down the field and score. And Russell Wilson is running outside the pocket, and he's holding the ball like a loaf of bread. And the defender just comes and smacks it out. And the Jets recovered the fumble. Game over. It's like, man, if I was that coach, I'd be so mad. Just furious, man. But it was Sean Payton, so couldn't happen to a better coach. Scotty Miller got 2 targets for 2 yards. Hmm. Zach Wilson, yeah. Yeah, he's up there too. Yeah, right now, didn't Bryce Young end up with 3 touchdowns yesterday? Something like that. But he's just bad. He's just really bad. He's bad. He's slow. He can't see the field. I mean, figuratively and literally. He's small. He doesn't have much of an arm. You know, he can't make decisions fast. He's not fast. I do not know what they saw in him. I really don't, especially to move up, you know, sacrifice draft picks and move up to get him. I don't know. I would really like to hear their explanation. Deshaun, for character reasons, I was going to say him too. And the fact that he's just always hurt. Russell Wilson, yeah. You know, he hasn't played as bad as he has last year. Because last year he was he was horrible. But yesterday, that was totally 100% his fault. He lost that game for them. Dak is bad. Woo. Dak Prescott, man. How long has he been with them? God, it feels like a decade at least. Yeah, well, you know, Al, I watched Zach Wilson. We played the Jets 2 years ago. And so, of course, I've watched all 22 on them. And I was really impressed with the team. And I saw Zach Wilson. He was really raw. But, you know, he was making good decisions. They weren't asking him to do a whole lot. But, you know, what they were asking him to do, he was making good decisions and he had good form. You know, he was... And so I was like, wow, the Jets are going to be pretty decent next year. And then the Jets were pretty decent, but he sucked. You know, and it just seems like he's kind of gone backwards in his head. Jim thinks it's toss up between Dak and Russell. Man. Mac Jones looks really bad. He does. He had one game where he looked pretty decent, but I've never been impressed with him. Research purposes. Yeah. That's some tough research there, man. Daniel Jones, I don't blame him for being checked down king. I mean, every time he gets the ball, he's getting clobbered by something. I don't know if his offensive line hates him or if they're just bad. Yeah, Rampage, how did we lose to Dak last year? It was our secondary. I had a video for that after it took me about a couple weeks after the game to go ahead and decide to do a video on it. And I did a video and I did everything to it except the final edit, I think it was. And then I never put it out. Like I said, I do this all the time. I make videos or whatever, and then I never finish them or never put them out. But the Dak beat us because our secondary, we looked really bad. Like they did not know what they were doing out there. We were not prepared for that Dallas game. But our team was like that all year. Dak didn't beat us. We beat ourselves in that playoff game. Oh, he threw 3 touchdowns yesterday during garbage time. Holy. I did not know that. Andy Dalton stepped in and threw 2 touchdowns. Oh, man. Jerry Jones is one thing you say about Jerry Jones is he has been loyal to his players to a fault. You know, been many of players on his team that he should have gotten rid of a long time ago. We'll stick with him. Tony Romo. Yeah, MH. Brady was done last year. One day I hope somebody writes a book, but I doubt if they ever will. We'll never really find out what happened with this team, but it just looked like the whole team was going through a divorce. You know, Brady was definitely not playing Brady. Everybody was playing. Everybody took a step backwards. Hit that like button, guys. Where are we at? Let's see. We got 8 likes. Dang. This is tough for a Monday, man. We didn't have a game yesterday, so ain't nobody cruising for Bucks news. Oh man, we're gonna get you those 67 likes though, MK. I'm gonna start promoting this channel just so you got to get that jersey. That playoff Lenny jacket did it for you, MK. Knew we were done. I know, Rampage. It was very strange. We looked. I'll be honest with you. We looked like we didn't want to be out there. Like the whole team, but definitely our secondary. They lollygagged quite a bit, and we're out of position. And I was thinking after last year, and I sat back and I looked at it all objectively. I was like, there was a huge possibility in my mind that they were mad and didn't want to play for bowls. That was just pure speculation, but just the way everybody was acting like they didn't want to play, And the only thing I could think of was, well, there was the head coach change thing. And then, then I was like, well, maybe they're just mad at Tom Brady, because he was going through his mess or whatever. But it just seemed like the team just did not want to play, I've got some clips of Devin White last year that are really bad. That would turn so many people off on him because he went through a stretch there, but it was right when his dad died. So I kind of understand because Levante David did the same thing back in our Super Bowl year when his dad got sick. But Devin White was like moving out of the way of tackles, and like walking around on the field and stuff. It was bad. So it just seemed like the team just kind of they were ready for the season to be over. Yeah, it was very strange. So I was kind of expecting this year coming in for it to kind of still be that same tension, but it's not. It seems like everybody's like super hyped. So maybe it was Brady. I don't know. Or, just the funk over the team. I did not know all that, Al. I don't know anything about Bryce. Like I said, I don't follow college much, but so he's an outside the pocket guy, huh? Yeah, you can't tell by watching the Panthers play. There's a reason Lenny isn't signed. Yeah, that's true. That's a possibility too, Nate. It could have been Leftwich. He might have had an attitude and people didn't like him and it just spread across the team or something. I don't know. I'd really like to know why. But, these locker rooms and the Bucs organization is notorious for being super secret, locked down. I mean, the 2011 season, like the Kellen Winslow Jr. stuff, how they kept that a secret. beyond me. And then you had the stuff like with Deshaun Jackson. We didn't find out about that until a couple years after. So we'll probably never know what happened. What's up, D? Kate, oh my gosh, both of y'all in here. Check you out. Kate, you missed the Detroit Lions and Atlanta Falcons all 22 last week. Hope you had to get a chance to go back and check it out. It was good stuff, man. Yeah, I remember that too. And Bowles was saying that people were playing like they just expected to win the Super Bowl, or they were riding on the coattails of the Super Bowl, something like that. But I was like, ooh, he's getting ready to fire people. The bald guy with glasses on Locked On Bucks. So we should keep Lenny and not release him. And he said Lenny was worth $6 million a year. Yeah. D, Kate, how y'all doing? How do y'all like the Saints and the Falcons winning yesterday? We're still top of the division now. We are number one in the division. The Sean McCoy spill a secret about Brady. What was it? Yeah, the Cansey practiced today. We had everybody back at practice today. Cansey, Jamel Dean, Ryan Neal, Savassier Dennis. Mike Evans came back, but he wasn't in pads, so he had a light practice. Still dealing with that hamstring, which is fine. Like if Mike Evans needs any more practice. Favorite game yesterday? I was really looking forward to the 49ers Dallas game, but that turned out to just be a blowout. Probably my favorite game that I watched yesterday. Let me see. It might have been the Houston-Atlanta game. I hated the outcome. It was a pretty good game. The New England game was just such a blowout. That was embarrassing for New England. The Jacksonville-Buffalo game was good. So yeah, I'd probably in the Denver and Jets game was good, surprisingly. But I'd have to go with the Houston-Atlanta game. It was pretty good. Oh, I know the Texans. I was like, why are y'all leaving so much time on the clock? Do y'all not know how to play football? It was very strange. That was a bad coaching mistake there. Yeah, you got to appreciate how we milk the clock. I mean, Bowles is right about that. Oh, Breeze was talking about retiring Drew Brees, or Brady was talking about retiring Drew Brees. That's good. Yeah, I'm excited to see Kansas, man. We got to see him for 11 snaps this year, and they were pretty decent 11 snaps. I'm happy with Yaya Diaby, and I think Kansas is going to be a faster, stronger Yaya. So I'm excited to see him. Hopefully he'll be ready to go Sunday. Kate enjoyed that blowout with Dallas just because she dislikes Dallas. That's funny. Yeah, well, that's actually a funny story though with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. You know, I kicked him out of the league. He did too. Drew Brees was so sad that last couple of years actually, but that last year he couldn't throw that ball 15 yards down the field. It was sad to watch. It's kind of the same way it was with Cam Newton. You know, when he was last couple of years with him, he was just, I mean, not sad in the aspect of I don't like either one of those quarterbacks, but, you know, as a fan of football, you don't want to see these guys out there, you know, hanging on for dear life to their glory days. Yeah, coaching a young team. Yeah. No. Well, CJ Stroud, to me, has looked very, I think of all the rookie quarterbacks this year, he's by far the best. He looks very calm. You know, he's making good reads, good decision. He's not out there throwing up ducks. Dallas Cowboys are just one of those hateable teams. They're like the anti-Bucks. Right? I know. We never get respect for being a small market team. They always get respect for being a big market team. They make so much, their fan base is so big. I know I've told this story many times, but I used to sell NFL merchandise, and the Dallas Cowboys fan base were by far the biggest purchasers of NFL stuff. They're great fans. Of course, this was 15 years ago, so it might be different now, but you know, they are a big fan base. And, you know, they have stunk for what, 20 years now? When was the last time they went to the playoffs? I can't even remember. With Tony Romo when he fumbled the ball on the kickoff. Or no, last year. Yeah, they went to the playoffs. Anyhow, in between those times, they haven't been a very good team, but yet they still get primetime games every year. You're like, that's what matters. You know, that's why, as a Buck fan, I want to increase the Buccaneers fan base. So, you know, the more fans we get, more national attention we get. More national attention you get, the more fans you get, and so forth and so on. And we are a cool team. We got a great history, too. I used Plagues the other day, D. Who was it I was talking about? Jared Goff. I think we were watching All 22. I was talking about how skinny he was. I was like, man, he runs around on those Plagues. He looks like he's going to get broken in half. Yeah, we'll have to look at that, Al. Against the Falcons. I do want to watch that game if we get a chance. So far right now, everybody's saying we want to watch the Lions-Panthers game? Or do we want to go back and watch the Lions-Kansas City or Lions, a previous Lions game? It helps when you send your team to California for preseason. Get that good tropical weather out there. Do I think we can beat? Hey, what's up, Braden? No, I do not think we can beat the 49ers. I mean, my heart, of course, is like, yes, we can beat it. We can do it. But that's really wearing pewter-colored glasses there. I mean, at this point, no, I don't think we can beat the 49ers. They just got too much talent. You know, I mean, they got playmakers all over the field, and they're a punch you in the mouth football team for 60 minutes. I fully expect at this point right now, I fully expect to see Philadelphia and 49ers back in the NFC Championship again. But this time, I think the 49ers are going to whoop them. I think they would have beat them last year if they didn't have that whole, all their quarterbacks getting hurt issue. What do you think, Braden? You think we can beat the 49ers? Kate, you might be right there. I don't think there's anybody that can beat the 49ers. Let me see. There's always going to be one team. And 49ers are tough, and they're playmakers. Miami might be able to, because Miami's just got speed, and that's a case of you punch a fighter and you fight a puncher. You fight a boxer, you box a fighter. Is that right? Anyhow, if they're strong, you use speed. If they're fast, you use strength. So, Miami, matchup-wise, could beat them. Just stay out of the reach of their tackles. Well, MK, now that you bring it up, thinking about it, we could beat the Bills. Yeah, it depends on which Bills show up. Yeah. And we're playing at Buffalo, right? Which that stinks. But I think it's not too late in the year. Or maybe it is. Oh, no, here it is. It's on Thursday night, yeah. So that's on the 26th. It's at Buffalo. So, yeah, it's not going to be freezing cold there. And they got a field kind of like ours, so it won't be too much of a home field advantage as far as turf goes. Smash that like button. Thank you, Lawrence. This is a shady clip. Let's check it out. Actually, I would throw it up, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Let me take a gander at it real quick. 54 seconds. TBD tribute. Let me see. I can't pause it. Hold it. Hopefully this doesn't blast everybody's speakers out.
Another one, right? We played the Saints. This is a funny one. Don't kill me, Tom. This is a funny one, right? So they beat us twice that year. You know what I'm saying? Beat the shit out of us, right? They sweep us. So we get in the playoffs. Yeah. Everybody know that Drew Brees, he's retiring. He won the same, R won the same, right? So Tom's like, oh man, happy to see this and that, all that great, right? We beat him, right? Tom out there throwing with the kids, him and his son, they throwing the Brees son, right?
Yeah. Kissing babies.
We get them up in the locker room. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Let's go. Sit his ass down. No, he the best
for me too.
Teammate / competitor and leader I've ever seen in my life.
That's it for this video. I post a new.
Oh man, that's awesome. Whew. Wait, the Bills game is a home game? You sure? I think it's at Buffalo. Thursday night. Weather. Yeah, anyone can beat anyone. That's true. I mean, any given Sunday, that's the thing. Would surprise you if Dallas beats 49ers in the playoffs. It's still early, yeah. Yeah, and it's the teams that are good now might not be good at the end of the year. That's always happens. And the teams that suck now will probably be good at the end of the year. That always happens too. But I don't know. I think the 49ers are built to, they're built to go to the Super Bowl this year. I think they went all out. So I think they're going to, they're going to make it deep in the playoffs. Pretty sure about that. And I can't really see anybody in the NFC that could. I mean, the Eagles, of course, but I do honestly think the 49ers are better than the Eagles. That's just my personal opinion. Healthiest team usually wins. Yeah. What's up, Joe? Yeah, and the 49ers, they play so hard. We'll see if they'll be able to last. I will be surprised if McCaffrey makes it to the end of the season. I mean, but they got him. Let's see, for the past couple of years, he's been beat up. That's why Carolina got rid of him pretty much. He played 2 months at the end of the year last year with the 49ers and into the playoffs. And this is only week 5. He hasn't got hurt yet. So we'll see. Al predicted 49ers and Bengals, but the Bengals won't do it now. Burrow's all messed up. But he could heal up. He's getting better, right? Yeah, competition between Dean and McCollum. McCollum is really, really impressed this year. I mean, he's had a couple of mess ups, but not like he did last year, where it was, make an outstanding play and then have 3 boneheaded plays. He hasn't done that this year. He's been pretty solid, and he's still doing the great play. So, yes, that would be awesome if we could have that type of depth or competition. All the competition we beat got better. Saints. Minnesota. That Saints game. Patriots, man. What? Has anybody gone to any Patriots forums or anything? And are they calling for Belichick to be fired yet? It's coming. It's coming. 20 years of that dude. Oh, yeah, the Bears won. That's right. That's right. And it was a decisive victory. Washington. Yes, that's right. You are correct, Kate. I forgot about that. It was Thursday night. Yeah. Yeah, Chicago actually looked good, but I think it was just Washington. Washington was really, really bad. I mean, they forgot to bring a defense. It was like the Chicago's receivers were just open all game. And, of course, the guy I'm playing in fantasy football had DJ Moore. 45 points. Everyone's scared to fire Bill. It'd be hard, man. I mean, you're looking at 20 years of awesome football. All those Super Bowl. and then fire him. That'd be hard, man. It'd be hard. But he's going to get fired eventually. It's a coming. At this point, I don't even know if he wants to coach anymore. He's talking about starting over. Is that what was it? The phrase he kept repeating in the press conference? We're starting over or something like that. Which made me think, wow, he's gonna fire everybody. Mac Jones getting benched just because he's bad. But it's like the whole team is bad. I don't know. Yeah, Kate, I think the Bill fan base, it hasn't hit them yet that they're probably going to be bad for a long time. They thought they were going to be like the Green Bay Packers and hit gold twice. I know. Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking too. But, he's not endearing. Let's put it that way. Like I was saying, he puts up 2 really bad games in a row. He needs to address the fan base about that. You can't just go, yeah, we're thinking about next week. Yeah. I mean, that's cute when you're winning, but when you get your butt handed to you like this, I don't know how long people are going to put up with that. Yeah, that's how I feel, Al. That's how I feel. And I've said this 100 times. I thought that Bill Belichick was the majority reason for their success over there. I thought it was like 60-40, maybe 70-30 even. And then that next year when we got Brady, we won the Super Bowl and they get Cam Newton. And anybody with any eyeballs could see Cam Newton was done. I was like, oh my gosh, it was Tom Brady the whole time. Yeah, McVay. Who was it? I was looking at one of the newer coaches. I think he's from the McVay tree. It was a Vikings coach. Can't remember. But I was like, oh, is he going to be the first one of the new GQ coaches to get fired? Can't remember who it was. I was talking to Molly about that. Oh, you're in a P. Hey, what's up? Jay Morrow. 69 points in the PPR league. Wow, man. Yeah, I'm in a half PPR league, so I only got 45. That was ridiculous. I was so mad about that. And the guy I'm playing in fantasy football, me and him, we've been in this it's a money league. We've been in this league for, I don't know, probably 8 years together, 6 years together. And we have battled it out, championships against each other. He's my nemesis. So every time I play him, it's like, I got to win. And then he pulls this crap out on a Thursday night. First player he had, 45 points. I was like, I quit. And this was the week that I had Mike Evans was out, Rashad White, who was normally my flex. He was out. Amari Cooper was out. And then he had the Saints defense and I had the Patriots defense. And the Saints defense put up 25 points and my Patriots defense put up like 2. I was so mad. Yeah, he just stomped me. Yeah, New England and Denver are tough teams to be on right now, man. Tough, especially Denver. Sean Payton, man, maybe he bit off more than he could chew over there. Again, it might be, Sean Payton was good because of Drew Brees. He always had Drew Brees. I agree 100% now. Yeah, you got to be impressed with McVay. I mean, he had one down year, and that was because everybody was hurt. Admitting you have a problem is the first step. I think, Kate, I think it's going to take them a while. It's going to take Patriots fans a couple years before they come down to earth. Yeah, McDaniel. I love McDaniel. No, it wasn't McDaniel that I was talking about getting fired. I need younger players. I know. I go for consistency, you know. And this year, I'm the top of the league, but this beating I got this week really made me realize, man, I need to change my draft strategy a little bit. Yeah, the Saints are starting to realize they suck without Breeze. Breeze was a good quarterback. I hate to admit it. You know, he was unique. Didn't make mistakes. You know, and that's the number one thing you want in your quarterback. You know, we got so many of these quarterbacks out there trying to be Patrick Mahomes and, you know, throw bombs down the field, Jameis Winston. And, you know, you got to be, you got to make the right decisions. It's one thing to be dynamic and entertaining. But man, you got to win games. You win games by not making stupid decisions, not making mistakes. MK, got to go to bed early. That's right. Got to get up at 4 a.m. Oh, man. That's going to be every night now. Dang, MK. All right, brother. Have fun at work. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, man. Yeah, Al. You still won with a 127 versus 91. Wow. Yeah. Physicality. Bowles has been talking about that a lot lately, D, which is something he's never really talked about as much. He's definitely emphasized it more as being tough. You know, he talked about speed. You know, he wanted speed. We were drafting guys for speed and all that. And now this year he's talking about toughness. So it's going to be very interesting to see. And we are playing pretty tough. It's going to be very interesting to see if our young guys are physical, you know, through the long haul. Derek Carr signed to a 4-year contract. It feels so good. I wanted him, man. I'm not going to lie. I wanted him. I knew we couldn't get him. It cost too much. But now I'm like, man, I'm so happy we got Baker Mayfield instead. All right, MK. We'll see you tomorrow. And Fridays will be the late night stay up night. It's only 4:30 in California. Yeah, that's a big thing, LMH. Throwing those deep balls around because you get those pass interference calls. And they're so wishy-washy with those things, man. It's annoying. But yeah, still at the top of the division, man. That surprised me. I thought because of the wins yesterday that we'd be bumped down to third. That Saints game. I was really, really shocked. And Atlanta beating Houston. It's going to be interesting to look at that all 22. Oh, Tom, what's up? No, Rampage was talking about that. Said that there was one shot where a Chiefs player took his helmet off and the ref told him to put it back on, didn't throw a flag. Yeah, everybody, if you haven't hit that like button, do it now. The MK's take and roll. He will come after you. Got to pay the toll here. We're at 10. We're at 11 likes. Somebody just hit the like button. Yeah, I was going to queue up some game footage and some all 22 and stuff for tonight, but then I was like, I just feel like talking. I'm going to get on here and chat. See what everybody thought about the game Sunday, how everybody's doing. Yeah, Tom, I did not see that, but I'm going to have to look up the clips and stuff. After they missed a pass interference. Wow. Yeah, I think the Chiefs are the new NFL darlings, so they're going to get treated very well by the league. Ooh, gosh, Al, no way. I don't even want to imagine that. I never really liked Russell Wilson a whole lot as a quarterback, and I definitely don't like Kyler. I don't like Kyler Murray as a quarterback or as a person. I wouldn't want either one of them on that team. Joe, so lots of holding on that Chiefs game. They will hold. The Chiefs will hold. One of the biggest holding games I've ever seen was us against the Chiefs. I was so mad after that. I think it was last year. I was so mad after that game, watching it on all 22. Adult dating chat. We got one slipped in. Well, if the youth can play the middle games when the veterans can play the last quarter of games, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, because Bowles definitely likes to, keep guys fresh, veterans especially. Oh, I know, Mauro. Could you imagine if we had gotten Deshaun Watson and this happened? He's injured all the time, and we're all that money out, and for the next 10 years we're screwed cap wise. Yeah, Baker Mayfield has been a blessing. Totally shocked me, 100%, and I am not mad about it at all. I love being wrong in instances like that. Chiefs getting too much ref love. Appreciate you getting that, Al. Yeah, they shouldn't need any favoritism whatsoever. They got enough. They got enough. It's the porn bots. It's because of all of our fan base. Is that how you can tell you made it when you got porn bots coming in the chat? Woohoo! 136 million dead cat, man. How can they have anybody else on the team? That's ridiculous. And what's he done for them? Nothing. But Browns fans are the most pessimistic, and I've said this before, and I'm probably wrong on this, but every single Browns fans I've ever met or known were alcoholics. I don't know if it's the Ohio weather or if it's just the team, but man, and they're all sad people. I don't know if the Browns attracts people like that, just naturally pessimistic people. Never met a happy Browns fan. Yeah, Kate, and I hope he doesn't, if we end up not being able to keep him because he's asking for too much, or if we end up having to get rid of a bunch of players we don't want to get rid of because we decide to keep him. It's going to be tough, man. The Bucs front office got a tough year coming up. Deshaun Watson is Albert Hainsworth of the Browns. Man. Ugh. Oof. 2 years in a row, minimum, he says. Baker got to perform. Yeah. Well, it's kind of his MO, right? He comes in, lights it up, does the whole David and Goliath, the come from behind, the chip on his shoulder stuff, and then kind of falls off after that. We'll see. Oh, Rampage knows an overly optimistic Browns fan. Wow, I have never, ever met one of that. You have to introduce me to him because so I can stop saying that about Browns fans. Yeah, it got to a point to where I could walk in a bar and I could kind of point out to Browns fans even without them wearing anything. Or I could meet somebody on the street and after talking to them for 5 minutes, be like, "Are you a Browns fan?" I've got some relatives who are Browns fans, and so. Kate, that's kind of how I feel with Baker Mayfield. Is he seems like the type of guy, he's looking for a home, and I think he wants to be a really part of the organization. He's not in it for the money per se, and that might just be me hoping that, but it just seems like his character. That's just kind of how he is, LMH wants to draft a quarterback other than take that hit from a Baker contract. Yeah, it's gonna be a really tough situation, especially if we end up going in the playoffs and maybe even winning a game in the playoffs. Good grief. They're gonna be under some serious pressure. Front office is. Kyler's gonna be gone. Yeah. And nobody's gonna pick him up. Yeah, there's always one stupid team, but Washington, I could see that. Ugh. Yeah. Cardinals, there's another team. Baker plays good as an underdog. Exactly. Yes. Which makes me worry for next year. If we do good this year, he's going to have all these expectations on him. We don't know how that's going to work. Jim. Football's about to kill Jim. The decade of Buccaneers fandom. The lost decade. That's a good point, Kate. After coming from Cleveland. Baker has a locker room. Yeah. The preseason Browns hype. That's been going on for a long time. And it's they got the players. They've had good players for a long time now. It's just every year they just blow it up somehow. It's just a bad organization, obviously. It was like, the Browns are a bad organization, and then they put out that the NFLPA did with the team grades, where they graded them on things like the weight room conditions and the physical training and all that good stuff. And man, the Arizona Cardinals, you're like, what? That was like, Mr. Greedy over there was charging players for dinners, their meals. And, watch the Redskins, like they're all scared of the weight room because the floorboards were uneven and it was like holes in the. You're like, man, these teams, how do you do that? How do you be so bad at something where you're expecting your guys to go out there and sacrifice their body, and you can't even give them a free dinner? But that's how the Browns are. They're just a crap organization. Toxic fan base too. Yeah, that Watson deal. MH, I still don't understand it. I don't understand what they were thinking. But I do that with a lot of teams. It's like I did it with the Panthers last year when they traded for Sam Darnold. I was like, what? I did it with the Patriots when they got Cam Newton. I was like, am I watching like a different alternate universe football or something? And then, Deshaun Watson, I was like, how in the world did they think, he was hurt. He's got all these charges on him and they're going to offer him that much money. And then they basically totally messed over Baker Mayfield. He was blindsided by it. He didn't know that the organization was ready to move on from him. I don't know, man. Yeah, the Bucs didn't do well on those report cards either. A lot of it was the child care stuff, which I thought that was crap. Honestly, I'm like, it was definitely the NFLPA trying to get leverage to get better conditions for the players and stuff. But child care at the facilities. That's, I can understand, you want a nice weight room, you want nice physical room, good staff, good food, stuff like that. Things that have to do with the sport, or it felt like what was it called? It was called like the Family Center or something. That's what the NFLPA was calling it. So I kind of wrote that one off. I was like, yeah, I ain't worried about that too much. It doesn't really have a whole lot to do with football. You were right, Nate. The average Ohio person. Yeah, it's weird up there, man. It is so dreary, I guess is the word. Not just in the people, but the atmosphere. My best friend, he was doing a job up there, and I went and stayed with him for a while. And it was near Cincinnati, I want to say. Dang it. It was near the stadium. But it was really strange because it was kind of hilly. And there was a lot of rich people lived up in there. You could see these mountains, or these big houses on the mountains. But the wind was unbelievable. It was just like windy constantly. The whole time I was there. It was like you'd step outside. It was like weird. Very weird place. Brown signing Watson, not making the playoffs, and Baker making the playoffs is like a Bible story. Yeah, right. For any number of reasons. But a good moral lesson there, I think. As soon as that narrative lined up, you knew we'd make the playoffs. That's funny. Yeah, Nate, what is it? I mean, it is a very strange thing. It's like Philadelphia's got a weird atmosphere too. You got like Eastern Philadelphia and then like Western Philadelphia. They're kind of different, but they're the same at the same way. It's kind of like Ohio is the same way too. It's you got the Cleveland and the Cincinnati, but the people are kind of the same. In Pennsylvania, the Western mountain people are just as the same as the Philadelphia Eastern side. They're all, I don't know. I don't want to say bad people, but they're not welcoming. How about that? Kay says it's the most depressing thing that could happen to the Browns, so it had to happen. we gotta make a rule, the Cleveland Browns rule. Oh my goodness! If it can happen bad to the Browns, it will happen bad to the Browns. Yeah, Baltimore. Yeah. Well, Maryland's very strange. Maryland's got so many different sections to it. I mean, you got like way out back country stuff, and then cities. Yeah, and it's such a small state. Nate coming in strong on the Buckeyes. Ooh, that's hilarious. Y'all act like you had the toughest childhood. Take it out on everyone else. Oh. Woo. That's hilarious. Joe drove from Heinz Field to the Hall of Fame in Ohio and all the back roads once. It was different. Should have put different in quotes. It was different. Yeah, it's a different world up there. Kate, you make a good point. This is the NFL spirits will it just to make the Browns fan base feel even worse. The Cleveland Browns rule. Oh, kill me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. A guy from work from Ohio told me I had to fight to get on the bus and fight every day I got off of it. And that was probably with his parents and family members, not to mention the people at school. Yeah, that's true, okay. We're all talking like Central Florida isn't weird. Florida, it's not Central Florida. It's all of Florida. Everywhere I've been. Never been down south. Never been as far as, I think the farthest, Tampa might be the farthest south I've ever gone. Ocala. But yeah, you got the Panhandle. That's like a totally different, that's like almost like Georgia, Alabama. And then the East Coast, West Coast, you got Jacksonville. That was weird. Yeah. Yeah, Florida's a weird place, man. Central Florida is weird. Yep. Oh my God, Tom. Abercrombie made a shirt that said it's all relative in West Virginia. That's not cool. My direct family is from West Virginia. Coal mine. West Virginia coal miners. Poor, dirt poor, literally dirt poor. Raised in a wooden shack with dirt floors, an outhouse, all that good stuff. In West Virginia, my mom would get so mad when people made fun of West Virginia. Hillbillies, she'd get so mad. She'd want to fight. And I'd be like, don't do that, because that's what hillbillies do. That's a good theory, Kate. And 100% makes sense to me. That goes in with, I have a theory about life in general that kind of follows that rule. The environment means a lot. NFL teams take on the characteristics of their surroundings, yeah? Makes 100% sense. The Panhandle is interesting, yes. Yeah, I lived in Fort Walton Beach for a while, Panama. Totally different than the rest of Florida. Beautiful beaches, white sand. All Baker has to do is win the Super Bowl. Quiet all critics, be a hero. I would not be mad. Floribama. Grady Judd. Vice City in the South. Never been down south, Rampage. Never been down south. It's like totally different down south. South Florida is totally different than Central Florida, which is totally different than northern Western Florida, which is totally different than the Gulf Coast, which is totally different than the East Coast. But you have to admit, Florida's got its own thing going on there. The Florida man is definitely it's not just a meme, it's a real thing. I was a Florida man for a long time. In more ways than one, figuratively and literally. Tom's from West Virginia. Yeah, my parents grew up in Beckley. Coal mining family. This is why the Jets and Giants suck. Yep. Talk about crappy environment. Yep. New Jersey. Talk about a weird place, man. New Jersey is weird. It's almost like a foreign country, I feel like. Just the weird stuff. Like you can't pump your own gas. That's just weird. You can't take right turns, or is it left turns? I can't remember. It's one of them. That's weird. So if you miss a turn, you got to do this whole weird box thing. You'll be driving. It's like these real crowded row houses, and then all of a sudden, boom, countryside, and then boom, these weird houses again, and then boom, you're in this rich neighborhood, and this is just like going 4 miles. You encounter all this in New Jersey. It was very weird. And then all the tolls. Jersey's just its own little country, it seems like. Charleston, yes, sir. Were you born and raised there? Couldn't wait to get out? Oh. Yeah, they missed out on that one. Florida man wins Super Bowl.
This is a reminder.
Oh.
Time to read.
Time to read. Fred Armisen did all this SNL skits as a weird governor of New Jersey. Vaguely. I know as soon as I saw it, it all come back to me. But I vaguely remember that. Fred Armisen's funny. Very talented guy. Yeah. Nate, you are so correct. The boat parade was the most Florida man thing ever. And it was great. It was awesome. Seeing Tom Brady throw that trophy was I don't know. I don't even know how to, and then to see him stumbling off the boat after drinking that avocado tequila stuff, just stumbling drunk. It was awesome. It was awesome. Best Super Bowl parade ever. Bar none. I mean, they don't want to go to Disney World. Disney World's like right next door. Who cares? Been there 1,000 times. Just go on a boat, get drunk, and throw the Super Bowl trophy around. Oh, that was great. That was great. Great moments, man. Whew. All right, guys, tomorrow. Kate, you going to be here tomorrow for some All 22? Oh, Vice City in the South. Oh, that was a Grand Theft Auto reference, Rampage. Okay. Got you. Yep. I remember that. For some reason, I was thinking Miami City down south. When I read that, that's what came to my head was Miami. All right, well, tomorrow we're going to do All 22, and I was going to see if you wanted to put in your vote for what we're going to watch. We watched the Lions Atlanta last week. If you get a chance, go back and browse through that. There was some good stuff in there. And we've got a couple people said they want to watch more Lions. So we could watch the Carolina Detroit game from yesterday, or Detroit and Kansas City, or Detroit Green Bay, or one of their previous games. But I really want to get a Houston game in, and I'd like to watch this Houston-Atlanta game. Okay, so you're good with whatever. Yeah, Atlanta-Houston. I'd like to watch that. Should we watch that first and then watch Detroit to get ready for the weekend, or queue up to Detroit? I'll tell you what, I'll get both of them ready, and then we'll decide tomorrow night, see what everybody's feeling like. Second and third drive, they didn't run Bijan on first down. They're getting crazy over there in Atlanta. Houston first. That's what MH says. Yeah, Nate, that was my favorite game yesterday. That Houston-Atlanta game. Yeah, we have all week, and we'll probably be able to knock one out a day or 2 days. We're not going to sit and analyze it terribly bad. Let's watch Patriots-Jets. Tom, you're joking, right? Let's watch that. Let's watch the Patriots against New Orleans. That 34-0 beatdown. Oh. All right. I'm going to get off of here and get ready for this game. Not real thrilled about it, but it's football, so we got to watch it. So that means it'll probably be a really good game. That's how it always is. When I'm like, oh man, these two teams suck, I don't want to watch this. It's usually a good game. When I expect it to be bad, it's good. When I expect it to be good, it's bad. That's how that Dallas 49ers game was yesterday. Denver Jets. You're killing me. I actually watched that game yesterday. No, I didn't watch any XFL this year. I do not know. I kind of watched it a couple years ago, the year before 2020, so 2019. I was watching it a little bit off and on there, but I haven't followed any of it. Thank you, MH. Al, that game was not fun. You just liked it because Dallas got whooped. It was not entertaining. As far as a competitive good game, you know what I'm saying. Right, Kate. That's right. The Bears Commanders, and then the Bears just come out and beat the mess out of them. I did not see that coming. Miami scares you? Yeah. They got so much speed, man. And they're doing crazy stuff with that speed, too. We'll see. Thankfully, we don't have to play them this year unless we make it to the Super Bowl with them. But they're probably going to be good for a long time. That Mike McDaniel seems like the real deal. And I remember mocking him when he got hired on over there. I was like, what are they doing? This guy's never coached or played in the NFL before. But yeah, I think they're going to change the NFL. A lot of teams are already copying a lot of their stuff. So, yeah, it was like a Globetrotters game. It was. It was not competitive at all. Yeah, I didn't know anything about him, Rampage, until he went to Miami. And then I didn't really know anything about him then until I started seeing clips of him at press conferences. And I was like, this guy's funny. I know. They picked up Claypool. And if he could get his attitude straight, he might be another weapon for him. That's ridiculous. I picked him up in fantasy football just in case. Just to stash him. I was actually surprised nobody else picked him up. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Go watch this game, eat some dinner. We'll see you here tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're going to watch them all 22. And tomorrow we'll decide what we're going to watch. And until then, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Good talking, man. Love talking football with you guys. And girls. Till next time, go Bucks. And I pressed the wrong button again. I got to stop doing that.